So happy Earth Day. It was yesterday, I know, but let's talk about the plastic problem. So plastic, it has so many benefits, right? We use it everywhere. It is moldable. Like we can, it's lightweight, so we can carry plastic water bottles. Even our chairs are made out of plastic. But also it's reusable, which I'm going to touch on that later. I want to present some statistics. So researchers from the University of California have made this research to find out how much plastic we have we had produced since the 1950s. So which is like 9 billion tons, which is a lot of plastic. And from this, like, they wanted to find out what happened with all this plastic that we produce. 9% of these went into recycle, which is very low. And then 12% was used as energy, like burning the plastic in order to use it as an energy source. And then we have 79% of these that end up in the landfills, which is quite a high number. Just of like 2015, between 5 million to 13 million of this plastic has been found out that it end up in like oceans and like water bodies. So I want to talk about like what is the effect on the environment. So what it happens is like single-use plastic, so like a fork or like a plastic bag, you just throw it into the trash. And then after that, it goes to a landfill, right? And from the landfill, it ends up going into the ocean, and this is where I'm going to pick up. So once it's into the ocean, it will decompose into, it will start the process of photodegradation, and then it will become really, really, really tiny particles of plastic. And what's next is that it's eaten by many animals. Just for instance, like a whale, in order to eat, the whale has to open their mouth really, really big, and then has to grab a lot of water. And inside of water, there is this really, really tiny amount of plastic, and they don't even notice because it's like they have to eat, right? So then what happens after that is like these animals are being filled with this plastic. It's not only whales, but also turtles, even birds that live at the shore of the sea. They eat this plastic, and because like plastic, like our bodies have not made to digest plastic, right? They eat this plastic, and then they think they are filled because their stomachs are much smaller than ours. And these poor animals think that they are filled, and then they don't eat anymore because they think in their minds like they are full, and they end up dying. Tons and tons of these animals yearly. And you know, recently, just yesterday, I was doing a little bit more of research, and they found out that by 2050, if these rates like continue going this way, there is going to be more plastic in the ocean than fishes, which is very sad. And this not only affects to them or to their environment, but also it affects us because many people catch these fish in order to sell it for consumption of us humans, and we end up eating these fishes that have eaten plastic, and it affects us because some of this plastic has chemicals like bisphenol A, and this is very toxic. It can cause cancer to our bodies. So it's like a huge problem, and the cycle is just going and going. So just some more statistics. It has been found out that 60% of the birds have plastic inside of them, and almost 100% of the sea turtles also have plastic. As you can see in the picture, this poor turtle is like eating the plastic bag because they think it's food, which is very sad. So this is the problem that we're facing, right? But there are things that we can do, and every single step that we can take, it make an impact in our environment. So this is, you probably heard the cycle about reduce, reuse, and recycle. It's like a good cycle. So we have reduce. There are many simple changes that we can do, and this is going to have big impact. For example, just in a grocery store, instead of using a regular plastic bag, you can take a reusable plastic bag. Just as an example, I myself, I don't have a car. So what I did is like I get to a cart that like I can carry it with rollers, and it's very convenient. And then I realized that in 1 year, like I saved tons and tons of plastic bags. You know what is more interesting is like I don't have now that garbage in my house, you know. So it even make my like environment cleaner in a way, I guess. Of like it's not knowing what to do with all these plastic bags. So that's one super easy step that you can take. Also, plastic water bottles, reusable, that you can refill in the water fountains. This is like some easy steps that you can take. Reusable silverware or like utensils. So like when you order takeout, you can have your own, and you don't have to use a single-use like fork or like knife or spoon. Then I just found out about this, about like I was not aware about how much plastic is in my life, and even in my toothbrush. So I find these toothbrushes, like they are on Amazon. It's like $10 for like 5 of these. It's like $2 each, and it helps to the environment. Also like straws. Okay, so straws, I also like doing this research, I find out they are very harmful, even though they are like really tiny plastic like things that we can throw at once. But then after tons, they accumulate, and they are a lot of them. And even like in the noses of the turtles, they breathe, and then it gets clogged by one straw, just for one straw. Like it was clogged, and the poor turtle was not able to breathe, which is very sad. So also there's like reusable straws, which are very easy to clean. Another one is like reusable like lunch boxes, or these are very helpful also, and it's really easy to wash or like put it in the dishwasher. And also like now sachets. So those like little things in like sachets, they tend to like just be single use and then throw it away, and it's just that there is no way to recycle that. So if you can like not to use it when you go for takeout, like maybe you can wait to your home, and then you have your big jar of ketchup. Another one is reuse. There are many ways we can reuse, like even in Pinterest, there are so many ideas that we can give a second life to these plastic containers, because they are durable and they can hold things, which is kind of convenient. That's why we use plastic, and we like it a lot, but we can give it a second life. And then the final one is recycle. So just as much as you can, try to recycle and put it into the blue bin. They love it. And this is going to become raw material again, and we can use it again. And finally, the earth will say thank you.